Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be taking a detour over to Idola Phantasy Star. This is the new Phantasy Star gacha game. What can I say? The boys at Sega have been busy doing a lot of 3D rendering. I mean, they have made this game waifu heaven. And it's one thing I've always liked about Phantasy Star. They've always done a good job of blending like sci-fi and fantasy together. You know, you can be a mage with a laser composite bow. You could be a cyborg. There is a race of lichin, so it just has a whole plethora of different options. So I was really curious to see, what they were gonna do as far as an actual gacha game. And so far, I gotta say, they haven't disappointed. The combat is complex. The game looks amazing. And best of all, like, your characters get to transform into a freaking Megazord. Is it Megazord? I don't know. I never really watched Power Rangers, but that seems to be, like, the whole idea behind it. All of your characters come together, and they form this giant Zodiac monster, and you fight other big monsters. It's pretty cool. It's definitely unique. It's definitely different. Okay. As far as, you know what, let's just explore this thing real quick. I've played for about a day. All right. Let's actually look at some of my heroes, because of course, what is a hero collector without its heroes? Let's see. Characters own. Let's check this out. It's actually my first time going into this tab, so we can explore it together. So here we see the different characters that I have obtained. I've played for a day, right? I decided to support this game wholeheartedly, to support it with two hands. So it was fairly easy for me to get a good lineup of characters. I think I put like $40 into this game just to support them. Sega needs some love here and there. But if we actually look at our characters, they're pretty sweet. They have a bunch of different abilities. They get skills, right? One thing that's really unique about this game is your characters have an alignment. They're either law or chaos. So they're either good or evil type of deal. And each character, you can change their alignment. This is important because you can only run chaos characters with other chaos characters. So effectively, you have two parties in this game. You have your law party, and then you have your chaos party. And like this character, Stella, she's one of the main characters. Obviously here, you can see in her little Destiny tab that this is what she looks like as a law character, which is what she comes as default. But later on, you can change her over to a chaos character. She gets an awesome tattoo on her butt cheek, and she gets this blacked out outfit, and she just looks really cool. And then you can run her, obviously, with your other chaos characters. This is her Idola, and this is, like I said, it is her sign is Aries, so she can kind of, I want to say summon, but she's not really summoning this thing, she's turning into it. Pretty much she turns your whole party into this monster, and you use that to fight other monsters. So it's like a Megazord. Am I saying that right? I think it is. Megazord? I don't know. Like I said, never really watched Power Rangers, but it's kind of the same thing. They all come together to make a giant thing that fights other things. So, all in all, this is the main character, Yuli. His actual name is Ulysses. They wanted to give him a strong leading name, right? And really, I've been able to progress fairly quickly in this game. Like, my characters are up to, like, level 48. Like I said, I played for a day, just enough to really sample this thing out. Here's one of my favorite characters, Rosalind. She's really awesome. She is fire element, so she's a Leo. Go Leos. It's another thing I can get behind in this game, is it rocks the whole Zodiac thing. So she actually transforms into, wouldn't you know, a giant Leo Zodiac Beast, Megazord, whatever this thing is. They all have different stats, and based on the characters in your party and what level they are, that determines how powerful this like elemental Zodiac Beast becomes. So there's a whole lot of stuff there. The combat is actually kind of complicated. I'm still trying to figure everything out myself. And obviously here is her Destiny tab. This is what she looks like when she is on the side of law. And here she is looking all chaotic as hell. Looks pretty sweet. Can't really see her tattoo, but you know she's got one. Alright, so right now they don't have like the largest selection of heroes, but really what can you expect? I think they're starting off with more heroes than like Last Claudia did when they first dropped. Here's the first hero, the first 5-star hero that I rolled. You get to roll as soon as you start playing the game, as in most gachas. Kilian. This guy's pretty cool. He's like a rogue. Actually, oh, I guess he can go over to law. Yeah, I haven't really looked into that yet, but this guy comes as a chaos user right off rip. Pretty cool. I dig all of his attacks. So we're going to get into the combat system. Oh, I haven't seen his Idola yet. Chameleon. Cool. Cool. And these are all obviously the different abilities that his Megazord can do. Guard, bite. Lots of info everywhere. I love this game so far just because of that. Right, so this is pretty much like most of the characters that the game has right now. There is a limited banner up with swimsuit characters like this girl, Winsy. I only have her limited form, her swimsuit form, which I'm A-okay with. She's rocking that popsicle mighty hard. So they all have different skills that they can drop, obviously, in combat. We're gonna run some combat so you guys can kind of see what it's like. Notice how each character also has a different element, right? We have fire, earth. Well, we'll get into it in combat, but I pretty much just wanted to show off some of the characters. This girl's Idola is Gemini, so she summons these two things. Well, she doesn't summon them as much as she transforms into them, right? So, as you can see, I have multiple copies of characters. That's because you can combine characters into other characters to strengthen them as long as they're the same character. But you might also want to keep an extra copy of a character so you can make them pretty much the other faction, right? Like, to give you an example, you might have a girl that's really good at healing, and your Chaos team might not have a good healer. So you might want to keep a copy of that character and make that second copy transform over to the Chaos side so she can heal your Chaos team and wear black leather and look pretty awesome. So all in all, graphics, very voluptuous, very awesome. And really the combat is kind of what really started getting me into this game. It is different. Let's see. Let's just jump into a quest here real quick. And sorry guys, the volume is off. I'm having a hell of a time with my Realtek audio driver. Gonna be rolling those things back tonight after I'm done with this video. So wish me luck on that. So pretty much here I'm in the middle of doing quests, and this is what quests are going to look like. You're going to have these different territories to clear. You pretty much just go to each point, and it's going to be a different battle. There's some text in between. Let's see. Oh, what happened to my party? There we go. Okay, so this is my party. There's obviously two parties here. This is cool because in the middle of combat, you can change parties. Your other party will come in and they'll do a bunch of attacks while you change. So that's interesting. It definitely makes combat different. All right. You can obviously also choose which party you want to start the fight with. This is important because every single character has a different element, right? So when a character attacks, you get an element point for that element. Right, so if you had a whole party of fire element characters, you would effectively charge up your fire pool very quickly. And that's how these characters are going to be able to use like their special moves. They're going to be drawing from that mana pool with their element. We'll see right in combat. But the point is you can set up these parties however you want. You can rock a party with just 2 different elements, and you can have your other party just have 2 different elements. Because you do get enemy information, like you know what kind of enemies you're going to be fighting up against. Going into this map, we're going to be fighting some fire element, some earth, and some, well, wait a minute, green, earth and fire, I guess. Oh, I'm sorry. No, green is wind. Earth, wind, fire. We're just missing water here. So obviously going into this fight, like if we were only fighting fire elements, I would probably lead with a party that has the most water element in it, so I can do more damage to it right off rip. We get to pick a support character, as in many of these games. We will just start with this one, my buddy Salt over here. Apparently this game also has like an in-game text is what it says. You can talk to your friends. I haven't really explored all of that yet, but it seems like some interesting stuff. So right off rip, here we go. Everything looks good. Graphics look great. I'm going to have to go ahead and say, like, when I was a kid, man, we would have killed for these graphics. I mean, we would have killed a whole village for graphics like this. We didn't get graphics like this till like the PlayStation 2 or 3 era, and this is crazy because now we have this on our cell phones. So this is a mobile game. Sometimes I forget that while I'm playing this. So let's get into it. We have our law party out here. All right, we're gonna start with basic attacks. You can see where each character's portrait is here. These are basic attacks, these little cards, right? And at the very bottom, each character has a symbol for which type of element they are. There's a number down here. So when they attack, these elements charge up. And like Stella here, she might need like 4 blue elements to use one of these skills that she has back here. So the first thing we're going to do is just do basic attacks all across the board. So everyone's just going to go in there and do their basic attack, right? And notice how they're only attacking once or twice. Let me slow that down a little bit so we can see. It was kind of going in. There we go. Okay. So yeah, pretty much. Notice how the blue mana charged up faster than the red. That's because I have 3 characters in this party that are all rocking the blue element. So each one of them that attacked, it gave me a blue mana point, right? So now I have 4 of those. Now I can start using these abilities. These abilities obviously take some of these mana points. If you just click on the ability, it tells you what it does, and it tells you how much of your mana it's going to take up. So also another thing I'd like to point out, which was really cool, if you keep doing basic attacks as your mana charges up, like you'll see now, if I do another round of basic attacks, they actually have more hits in their combo. So instead of just swinging their sword once or twice, here we'll do another round of basic attacks. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 4. So instead of just 2 swings, now we're getting 3 or 4. She didn't have as much mana, so she's just doing her 2 attacks. But everybody else, instead of just getting 2 attacks in, they're getting 4 in. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, all of the different monsters that you fight, they have different abilities. Here we see an item that just procced. You can give these characters different items, like if you can charge up so much blue mana in one turn, this item will activate and it'll heal you, or it'll give you 20% more damage, whatever it is. But since this party has 3 characters that are all contributing to the blue mana pool, we have our blue mana pool charged up to 7. That's enough for some of these characters to drop their SS move, their super move. So if I click the super move for Stella here, Obviously, the other version of Stella can't use hers because she's draining the pool to use this. It's going to drain 3. So let's see. What are we going to do here? How about we will use one of these super moves just so you guys can kind of see what it's all about. And then everybody else can just... oh, here we go. Rosalind can go into tank mode. This is really cool. She kind of like... She goes into a counter mode. She takes hits and then she retaliates. And this girl, this other version of Stella over here, it's kind of funny because we have multiple Stellas here. The one Stella was from our friends list. So Stella here, she can actually buff somebody, increase a friendly unit's attack by 21% for 2 turns, and increase their defense by 21 for 2 turns. So if I click on that, it'll ask me who I want to buff. So since we're going to be dropping an SS move with our Summer Stella, let's go ahead and buff her. Alright, so after all of our attacks are programmed in the way that we want to do them, all I have to do is hit the start button and these attacks will execute. Now, as far as order of operation goes, it doesn't matter which order they're lined up in. Whichever character is throwing buffs, buffs are going to be thrown before any attacks. So if I hit start, here we go, Rosalind goes into her counter and protect stance. Then this girl buffs, right? And then we have a super skill being used. She's going to spike this volleyball down this monster's throat. Boom! Love it. Absolutely awesome. Love the graphics. There's a lot to it. We just did a lot of damage to him. And she healed everybody. And here's just one of the normal skills right here. They all have great animations. I really think that the combat system here is thought out very well. Here's Rosalind retaliating because, you know, she got hit while she had her counter ability up. Alright, so this party's doing pretty good, right? We're not taking that much damage. We're totally kicking this boss's ass. So as if this combat system wasn't enough to play with, you know, with all the different skills you get, the different buffs, obviously all the different characters bring something else to the table, all the different elements and super skills, then we can also switch parties. That's right, we have our Chaos Party chilling in the back. So we're going to release them, and as soon as they come out, they're going to do a bunch of attacks onto the enemy, and they get a buff. A lot of times they'll also break the enemy. See, they're all getting an attack in, and now they would be out, and it would be the enemy's turn to attack back if the enemy survived. Right, so here's my assassin team. I do love this team. They're very cool. We're going on to the second wave of the battle. Here's a new group of enemies for us to fight. All right. These guys are all wind element. They're all green. So obviously fire would do really well here. And these guys are going to be kind of strong against water. Luckily for me, my water character here, she's actually a buffer. She's a really good buffer. So I can have her do this war dance so that everybody's going to get like plus 20 to their strength. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Let's show off Kilian's super move. This is one of my favorite. Rockville. This guy is an assassin. He does a ton of single target damage. I think it's really dope. Here is a wind mage. Her damage is going to be neutral to them, but she does hit with like some AoE. So we're going to select that. Let's see. She's going to buff everybody. And here's the main character, Yuli. He is a fire type. So actually we can drop his super skill too because, you know, I have enough fire mana points to do that. So let's go ahead and select that. Alright, and then we can go ahead and hit start. And our buffer is going to go first. She's going to do her awesome little dance. Everybody has power up. Great. And then we start throwing our attacks. So this is really what caught my eye with this game. The combat system's great. It's fluid. I have it slowed down right now too. There's obviously an auto function too where it will just auto run. But all of the cutscenes, all of the animation, all of the art, I really appreciate this. Like I said, the people at Sega have been really, really busy. Right? clearly, lots of 3D rendering here. A lot of voluptuous anime art. I mean, this is just amazing art. I absolutely love this game. It looks great on the phone. It looks great on my laptop. I just wish my speakers worked right now because the music's really good too. And these characters can also be equipped with different weapons. You get 2 item slots. You get to have 1 weapon, and you get to have an item. You guys have been seeing some of the items activate. As you can see, this chick is still dancing. That's just really cool. So I almost feel like this is kind of what Sin Alice wanted to be, but they just couldn't do it. And I feel like this game, they just got it right, man. Everything just looks good. It plays good. You know, you can do this whole switching parties and doing more damage. And obviously, depending on what you're fighting, you can bring different elements. Now, let's just start using some of these special abilities. And then we still haven't gotten to the creme de creme, which is when all of these characters transform into a giant zodiac monster. That was just like the cherry on top for me, because it's just sweet, right? You guys will see it in a minute. I'll make sure to get some of that into this video. Let's see, these guys are fire element. So how about this? Why don't we change over to our other group of heroes, because they have a lot of water stuff going on and they should be able to hurt these guys pretty bad. There we go. Weak, critical, lots of good damage being done there. Right, so we got like almost half of their health bars down just from changing over. And from changing over, I do get some damage reduction buff on me, so that's pretty cool. So let's just go ahead and finish these guys off. Let's see which Stella. I have 3 Stellas in this group. Which one do I want to use? Let's use the Summer Stella. I think she throws a watermelon at people. I think it's funny. And everybody else can just do basic attacks. Here we go. Harpoon. Boom. Love that. That one's almost dead. And here we go with Rosa. These characters also have abilities that get rid of cooldowns. Like, Rosa can only go into her tank stance every once in a while. I have another character that, like, when they kill off an enemy, they reduce the cooldown for my other characters, so Rosa can keep using her tank stance. It's pretty nifty. So you guys can kind of see how basic combat works here. Okay, all in all, very happy. Here are some of the items that we get. Different weapons. You can level all of these weapons up. You can enhance them. You can add stuff to them. The characters obviously have experience bars. They also have affinity. That strengthens your character as well. Right? The more you use your character, the more affinity they get. Now, I'm not an expert at this game. I'm just trying to give you guys a quick rundown. This game is so complicated that even after playing it for a day, I'm still trying to figure out a lot of the different things in it. And I do play a lot of gacha games, so that's another thing that I thought was pretty cool, is that this game still leaves a lot to be explored, right? Here is the these little rainbow stars. They're pretty much the lapis that you're going to be using in this game to pull for heroes, right? And here we go. We finished another part of the map, and we can move on. But I want to get into. I wanted to show off some of the Zodiac stuff that we got going on. Oh, if we go to Estrate's Inn, where is he? Where is he? I'm just going to click on this just to kind of showcase. So here is this is Rogia. He is a cyborg, so there will be cyborgs in this game. He's already explained that he belongs to a race of mechanical beings with robot bodies. You can go into this inn just to talk to people, just to get information, but I just wanted to show you guys characters like this will be dropping in this game. I cannot wait to use this character. He's a gnarly looking cyborg. It's part of the reason why I really, installed this game is just because they've always had an awesome selection of characters. A lot of these Phantasy Star games, they take place in space and on some kind of lost world. Um, so just really interesting to see what they're doing, making this game into a gacha. Um, let's see. There's exploration. There's side stories. We're just looking at like some of the main story right now. There are obviously limited quests. So these are like events that pretty much just every gacha kind of has. Like in this one, we are grinding out this memory with Stella stuff. Pretty much the main character, Yuli and Stella, they go out on a date on the beach and everybody's spying on them and fighting off monsters. It's good. It's good. The banter between the characters is really, really good. It's just funny to me because some of the characters are law and some of the characters are chaos, and they fight and bicker the whole time. But it's always the chaos characters that are hooking up with the law characters behind the scenes. Like they're always going off and helping each other do stuff and arguing with each other at the same time. So that's cool. Definitely, the story is good. There's like a village of Lycan that you have to try to save. Just the story's good. Definitely something that you're going to want to play through and something that's going to entertain you. It's going to leave you guessing for more. And let's see, Arena. I did get a chance to play in the Arena. What's really cool about the Arena, you can actually win something that doubles your chance to pull SS characters. That's right, they finally done it. If you win a couple rounds in the Arena, for like 1 to 5 minutes, you have a rate up. You have double the rate of pulling SS characters as long as you have this little arena buff on. That's really cool. I wish I would have known about that before I did my pulls. So for anybody that's going to start playing this game, I wouldn't do any pulls until I went into arena and got that little buff, and then it's going to give you a couple minutes to go in and actually do some gacha pulls, and it will actually double your rate for the heroes to come down, right? We're going to look at the gacha real quick, but here's the Idola battle, and this is where your characters all morph together into a giant zodiac monster. Here we go. There's a giant fog. I haven't played through this yet, obviously. What are they saying? There's a mysterious fog, and for whatever reason or another, we're going to have to transform into a giant zodiac monster to fight something off. I'm going to go ahead and just skip that. I'm going to go back through and read it myself later, but here are some of the different monsters you can fight. And let's actually, it's trying to take me through this like tutorial style. But we're going to try to actually fight one of these things so you guys can kind of see my sorry-ass level of experience here. Let's just skip through all this because, let's be real, I've played this game for a whole day, so I'm obviously an expert, and I'm going to be able to do this. Alright, so you select 8 characters to transform into an Idola. It's auto setup. Let's just make this quick. I don't even care if we win this battle. Okay, I'm not going to kid anybody. I do care if we win this battle. So I at least am going to want to use like my stronger characters. I don't think it matters what element they are, but the higher level your characters are, the stronger the monster will be that you can summon. And of course, we're going to go with a Leo this time because your boy's a Leo himself, right? So this is going to tell you all their stats, attack, defense, speed, each different part of the monster. There's 3 parts. There's the main part, there's his chest plate, and then there's his arms. Each part has different attacks and different abilities. So we're going to see that right now. So here we go. We're transforming. We're turning into this big, badass Zodiac Leo. Alright, we succeeded. Let's go. Let's get out of the tutorial. Let's actually get into battle. I probably should have went through all this first before I started recording, but we can skip all this story. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with the battle log. That's cool. But let's just get to it. I'm trying to shoot a video here. This is all obviously stuff you guys are going to want to read, right? Let's see. Oh, I have to click on its stats. It's not going to want to... Alright, so let's fight this chameleon thing. Yeah, challenge 4. I think we'll be able to whoop this thing's ass. So, our buddy Salt will be our support. Here we go. Man, I would have thought that after the tutorial it was at least going to let me fight, but I guess I had to get back into it. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry for wasting 3.5 seconds of your life. So we're fighting this chameleon. It kind of makes sense. Whoa, what happened? No! So I gotta fight this chameleon, I guess, without turning into a Zodiac monster. We're gonna try. We're just gonna do some basic attacks to this fool. I wonder what happened there. Let's see if it'll let us transform here in a minute. We're just gonna do some basic attacks, see if we can... pretty much with these, you have to get their health down low enough to this little part right here that marks their health bar. That will expose their core. Once their core is exposed, you can start damaging the core and actually doing a bunch of damage to it. And that's pretty much how you kill these things off. Here, we will buff Rosalind and just keep attacking this thing. There's that watermelon. Yeah, she hits people with a watermelon. I don't know. It's just it's her skin. Wow. That thing was getting a lot of hits in. So we should reverse our party and just totally lay some smackdown on this thing. There we go. We're doing pretty good. All right. So here it goes. It fell down. The core comes out. The core's visible. Now we can attack this thing. So I'm pretty much just going to tell... Oh, here, Anne-Marie, my favorite little dancer. She's going to go ahead and buff everybody with her her special dance. There we go. Also, the music for this game is pretty good, I do have to say. It just kills me that my audio driver is on the fritz right now. So here we go. Everybody's buffed up from that awesome dance that she did. Everybody's doing a ton of damage to this thing. I just kind of wish we could transform. What's going on? Well, regardless. Gives us a chance to show off some of these characters' different abilities, some of their different attacks. There we go. So here's Yuli, the main character of the game. This is his special skill. Yeah, he just goes in there and with his what kind of sword is that? Obviously, some kind of exotic some kind of exotic dual blade that this guy's rocking. All right, so now this thing it's using its special move. Ooh, that is gnarly. Yeah, visually this game is just breathtaking. Like I wouldn't expect this level of art from a phone gacha game. Like, really, this is mind-blowing to me. Let's take our other party out. There we go. There we go. We're doing alright here. Looks like we're going to whoop this thing's ass without even having to transform into a Zodiac. I'm still gonna... Oh, here we go. Rosalind can use her Stance of a Lion Knight, so she can aggro this thing and start taking all of the hits and countering. That's if this thing can even survive this round of attacks. I'm excited about Rosalind because I just pulled her as a character. She's a Leo. I'm a Leo, and I just like how she works as a tank and how she retaliates. So I was excited about getting her. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, I think we kicked this thing's ass. We didn't have to transform, which kind of sucks because I wanted to transform. What's going on here? I wasn't even sure if it was possible to fight these things without actually transforming into an Idola. Let's see. Oh, there's a quick challenge button. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Alright, here's my Idola. Idola challenge. Can we actually fight as this thing? Here we go. Alright. So this looks like I'm actually going to be able to transform into my little Idola. There we go. And hopefully I can actually fight as a giant Zodiac Lion now, because that's really what I want to do. Just to really showcase the rest of the combat system in this game. There we go. Looks good. So we're fighting Ares. Ares looks pretty gnarly. What? Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to go through the tutorial here, but you guys are just going to have to take my word for it and like explore this part of the game for yourself. Your characters actually turn into Ares here, and you command the different parts of the monster to do different attacks. So you actually do get to fight as one of these things. I'm sorry that I'm not able to showcase it because I didn't read through all of the tutorial. I'm obviously doing something wrong here, but I'm at least going to try to get through this battle. This thing already looks pretty weak. These are obviously the entry-level fights, so my party should have no problem getting through this, being level 40 and all. Right, but visually speaking, it is pretty cool how the combat works. I dig all their attacks. I like all the different options. You really feel in control of what you're doing. It's simple and it's complicated at the same time. So I gotta say, this game just came out of nowhere and just kind of blew me away. I had no idea we were up to this level on a phone game. Like this, really, the graphics and everything, this reminds me of like, you know, like when Final Fantasy 13, 14 came out. I don't even think it looked this good, and we were all excited about it. People were just, they were so excited about the Final Fantasy games with the graphics on the PlayStation 2 and 3. And it's funny now because like we have this on our phone now. Like, this is a phone game, and I have to constantly remind myself of that because it's so easy to forget. So that is obviously the first thing I noticed is just how amazing this game looks on my phone. And like I said, I feel like there's a couple of different games that have tried to make something like this, and they couldn't pull it off. But this game obviously has, so props to Sega. They've been busy. Look at this thing go. It's going to do some kind of badass Zodiac attack. I mean, this game is just always surprising me with cool new cinematics and cutscenes. Oh wow, I took some serious damage there. Holy cow. Oh man. Okay, no, I'm alright. Okay. Alright, it looked like she really laid the smackdown on me. So let's take our other party and just kind of lay some smackdown on this thing. The core should be showing any time now. And then we can go ahead and finish this thing up. There we go. I've damaged it enough. The core is exposed. And let's try to finish this thing off. So this is what your boy's been doing. Other than trying to fix my the problems that I've been having with my audio drivers. So that's why I haven't been putting out as many videos as I would have liked to. I'm already behind. I was supposed to put out a Landgrister video talking about all of the new characters. It's going to be a lengthy video because I'm going to be talking about different builds. So there's been a lot of stuff that's happened in the gacha world in the past week, and I just haven't been able to cover it. And even though I don't have my computer fully fixed, and that's why we don't have any volume in this. I did feel like the first video that I should shoot as soon as I got everything kind of up and running was covering this game, because this just dropped. So guys, definitely check this game out if you think this is cool. It's very interesting. The story is great. It looks amazing. It just looks great all in all, through and through, right? And I'm just dipping my toes into it. Like, obviously, I need to go through the tutorial there. Oh yeah, that's right. You get these little pets, and these little pet things, you can feed them items, and these give you different bonuses for when you switch your parties, right? Like, one of the bonuses I think the cat gives you is when you switch your party, the party gets damage reduction for a couple of turns. So you get these different little animals. You know, they change the different effects that your parties have when they enter combat. So there's just so many different ways to tweak your party, to tweak every single character, right? And then obviously all of the items, they can get upgraded, they can get combined. You can break items down, you can try to make new items. They have bonuses all over the place. It was fairly easy for me to get a full 5-star party. Let's just kind of go through their gacha real quick. Some of the gachas, they're not going to be up because I already went through them, right? They're like a one-time for the noobs type of gacha thing, and they have a rate up for the 5-star characters. You guys are definitely going to want to take advantage of that. So here is Stella the Paladin. This is the girl that was banging that watermelon around. This girl is a paladin. She can heal people, and obviously this is her law class, and this is what she looks like when you go the whole chaos way. Her bathing suit turns to black. She has a tattoo on her butt cheek somewhere. She gets a bunch of chains and stuff. So there's one banner. Here is a discounted banner. Usually it's 3,000 of the lapis for a 10 pull. This is a 4-star and above character. It's a 10 pull. I think you can only do this once. You know what? I would do this. Okay, you know what? I will do this for the sake of making a video. So there, we did a pull vid in here too. So this is what the pulls look like. I'm not really expecting to get anything because I'm only missing a few of the characters. I just wanted to show you guys what a pull actually looks like. You open the book up. These characters just, they come right out of a fantasy. So I don't think I pulled an SS, or this little girl's face would have popped up. But this is pretty much what the gacha looks like. You get different characters. You also get items. You can get items in the gacha. This is an item, pretty much treasure hunter. That's cool. I'm going to have to see what that does and slap that on a character. Ooh, that's cool. I got Zola. And obviously if you get dupes, like I said, you can combine them to make the character stronger. Or you can keep a second copy of a character and change their alignment and make them, you know, either chaos or good. So that is what the summon system looks like. It is, I believe, let's see, what are the rates? I know people are going to be wondering, what are the rates? I believe it is the 5-star character is a 2% rate, okay? Now, that might seem kind of low for a gacha, but remember, earlier in the video I said if you go into arena and you win a fight, it will actually give you a buff that doubles your gacha rate. So your 5-star character rate goes from 2% to a 4%, which is actually pretty decent right now. In the world of all gachas, 4% for a 5-star character is fairly decent in these games. Most games are at a 3% right now, right? So like I said, I had no problem filling out my roster with 5-star characters. Let's see, here is a good lineup of the 5-star characters that the game has in it right now. Actually, I think some of these in the back, like this is a 4-star character. She's a 4-star character. So I'm expecting a lot of good characters to be introduced into this game. And I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. I spent $40 on this game just to support Sega, right? I didn't really need to do that because just off of the currency that I got and the 10 pull that I got when I first started playing the game, I already had 1, 2, 3. I already had like 4 of the SS characters, and the other characters they're good too. Like even the 3 and 4 star characters, because you get a few of them and you can combine them and make them stronger. They're pretty awesome. A lot of them have good support abilities to make your 5-star characters just dish out that much more damage. And this is really just the starting lineup. Like I said, I'm planning. Oh, this is cool. What do we got here? I don't have enough to. Wow, this is the first time I've seen this guy. Invulnerable, impenetrable walls. Barnabas. Let's see. What's the possible prize here? Yeah, so there's... Yeah, see right here, for a 5-star double chance, lucky time. So this is the buff right here that pretty much is going to double your chance of getting an SS character. Right here, lucky chance. So what you do is you go into arena, you win a fight, you get this lucky chance buff, and then you go and do your summons. So, you know, if you haven't learned anything from this video, learn that. Your boy's putting you up on game. Definitely you want to double your 5-star rate before you start, you know, pulling for these characters. And these swimsuit characters, they are limited. It's not just a reskin. These characters, they have different sets of moves. Instead of throwing a harpoon, she knocks a watermelon. So they do different damage. They have different buffs, which is something else that I like about this game. They're not just reskinning characters and making you, you know, pull for them. So all in all, I don't want to make this vid too long. I just kind of wanted to, you know, dip our toes into this game. I think I've covered enough here. But there's definitely a ton in this game that just launched. So definitely check it out. This is Mobile Gamers Unite, and I definitely, most definitely, put my stamp of approval on this game. Phantasy Star is definitely going to be a hit. So get in there, roll your account. You know, as far as a reroll guide, any of the 5-star characters that you're going to start with, any of them are awesome. They're easy to get right now, so you just play through the story, level up the characters that you start with, you know, and you're sure to be able to get more characters, especially if you double your pull rate by going into the arena. And your first arena fight's going to be really easy to win anyway, right? So as far as a reroll guide, I would just do that. And if you really want to, I don't know, reset the game a few times until you get a 5-star character that you just think looks cool, right? But even the starting character, Yuli, he's pretty strong. So, hope you guys like the vid. Make sure to leave me a comment if I missed anything. I am not a pro at this game. Like I said, I've only played it for a day. I just wanted to share this all with you so that nobody missed out. But definitely check this thing out. I think it's definitely worth a play. And enjoy the pixels, everybody. Enjoy the pixels. Peace.